Hello everyone. So I quit the GLP-1. Um, when was it? Last night. Yesterday I decided enough is enough. The only thing that's changing is my stomach hurting really bad. I've been having like sharp pains, having to do number two a lot. I know that's a lot of information. Um, I don't see any progress with those shots. I feel like it was just a waste of money. And yeah, besides the stomach pain and the diarrhea, was headaches, dizziness, fatigue. In the beginning, I didn't feel those effects, but after a while, I started feeling them more. And more like in the beginning, when I started taking the shots, I wasn't as hungry. I must say, I did feel like I was feeling what I was supposed to be feeling. However, especially like close to my menstrual cycle, um, my menstrual cycle did not respect that GLP-1. It was like F you GLP-1. I don't care who you are. Eat everything in sight. Um, but now I've been noticing I'm going back to my old ways of eating the snacks at work, um, being hungry. Like I don't feel the effects that supposedly I'm supposed to be having. So instead of me being charged again in the month of June, I decided, because what happened is I paid, what was it, 1,200 for 6 months, and I don't see progress. All I see is myself gaining weight, um, having those hunger and all that stuff that I used to have before the shots. So I was like, you know what? It's time to cancel that. I don't want to be charged again in the month of June. And I want my refund for the month of May because I'm not going to get it. So, yes, they gave me a refund for the month of May, which was, they gave me $398, which is great because it'll go back to my credit card. And I had to use my credit card for a couple of things that we needed here in the house, which no regret because we needed those items. Um, plus, um, there's been a couple of things that has came up that has been really stressful, and I was like, I'm the type of person that when I'm stressed out, I don't care about no diet. I want to eat comforting food. I do not care about exercising. What's on my mind is trying to calm my nerves and solve problems. Now, there's celebrities like Angelina Jolie. But yes, God bless her because not only is she really beautiful, but she is not a stress eater like me. And although I don't know her personally, from my observation, for what I have heard and saw like in magazines and stuff, cause like early in the early 2000s, I was a huge fan of her, of the Brangelina, which is her with Brad Pitt. Like I was a huge fan, and I noticed that when she was going through some things like her mom's passing, um, and probably some other stuff in her life, but I know definitely one of them was her mom passing away. She got extremely skinny. I mean, she's already skinny, but it was like something to worry about that even the tabloids were talking about in that time. There was a time in my life, I think I was probably 10 years old, that I did get so depressed I didn't want to eat, or I hardly ate. And although I lost some weight, I must say I do not want to relive that experience. I think I'd rather be fat than feel the way I felt at that time. And another time was, I had a boyfriend. This was like 10 years ago, maybe more. Um, But yeah, we ended up breaking up, and it really did hurt me to the point that I did lost some weight. However, do I want to relive that time of my life so I can lose weight? No. I think I'd rather be fat than relive. Also, when I got married, uh, I saw a lot of huge red flags. However, it was mainly my insecurity that made me continue. My insecurity plus, among other things I don't want to talk about in the video. I'm just gonna get to the point. um, so one of the problems that I had was that my husband didn't think I was attractive, especially with my weight. He thought I was too big. And because of my insecurity, I went along with it, and I was like, yeah, I do need to lose weight, which is true. I was getting out of hand. This was like 2020, all the stress and worrying about the pandemic. I was eating like a dozen glazed donuts by myself from Krispy Kremes. Um, I would eat a whole cake by myself. It was really, really bad. And when we divorced, I was so determined to lose that weight. And besides the fact that I was playing psychology with myself, I was like, you gotta lose this weight, because if someone like him is looking down on you because of your weight, it's a problem. I used to tell myself things like that all the time. And I started working at a warehouse that I had to be lifting heavy cases of saline. I had to be, really fast, because there was a percentage I had to reach. I mean, it was a lot. I was working out. Like, I felt good because I felt like I was going to the gym and getting paid for it. Besides the exercise I was doing at home and the healthy eating that I was doing. But yes, I did lost a lot of weight. I was really feeling myself. I felt great. I started thinking, okay, I'm not ugly. I'm just fat. So yeah, and then what happened was I ended up going to another warehouse, because the warehouse where I was at, that I did lost a lot of weight from all the movement. That manager, which is still my one of my favorite managers, he moved back to Chicago, and we had a new manager that was awful. I mean, he was stressing me out. I was like, I gotta go. I can't stay here. So I ended up going to another warehouse, thanks to a coworker that he used to work two jobs, that warehouse and then the one that I got a job in, thanks to him. And when I went to that warehouse, it wasn't as, like, I didn't have to move as much as I did in my old job. And the manager I had was stressing me out too. I mean, he was nicer, but he was stressing me out, because he was like, oh, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna continue working like this is not gonna work. And FYI, to make the long story short, he ended up being in a lower position, so he didn't even do his job well. But of course, I didn't know that. In that time, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to really get it together. And it was to the point that I was so stressed out. I got worried, because this might sound dramatic, but I remember one morning I started thinking about all the things that he was telling me. And next thing I know, I had a ringing in my ear. I couldn't see straight, and I collapsed on the floor. That's how bad it was. So yes, that's my main downfall, is stress. When I stress, I will eat everything in sight. I don't care. But I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching this video. If you have made it to this part, please put a yellow heart on the comment. And thank you so much. Please like, follow, subscribe. and have a blessed day.